Let's see about some kitties. That's a bad... No, those are good kitties. Penelope. Hey, what's up? My name is J.M. Chaley and welcome to my channel. It is New Year's Eve, December 30th. Get ready to party as I present this new video for you, which is another creature spotlight. I think we liked the last creature spotlight I did, which was on sirens. This creature spotlight is about Bakeneko, cat spirits, or maybe cat demons, depending on your side of the fence, from Japan. And the purpose of the creature spotlight is to highlight a creature that probably isn't being shown in fantasy fiction all that much, or if at all. So imagine a book about something that's a little off the beaten path. You know, a reader finds it in a bookstore or on your webpage or wherever and thinks, hey, finally, something not about werewolves and vampires. Why not the Bakeneko? So let's talk about them. The first thing you need to know about Bakeneko is that they're kitties, they're cats. All right, we love them already. And since they're Japanese, we get to talk about their origins, because the cats didn't even come to Japan until around the 6th century. Now, the records aren't entirely clear about this, but people believe that they were brought in, cats were brought into Japan to take care of mice around Buddhist temples, because they didn't want the mice eating sacred texts. And sure, they were used as pets or kept as pets, and maybe they were kept to eliminate mice problems in prominent homes for, you know, some of the wealthy, but I'm sure they were kept as pets. A lot of times they were kept outside, though, and they were just around to kill mice. All Bakeneko started off as normal cats, and they grew to be of a certain age, usually around age 12 or 13, and then they became something else. They started to become supernatural. They could walk on their hind legs. They could speak human tongue. They could perform magic. All sorts of different stuff. They could also shapeshift into women, which was a common power for a lot of Japanese supernatural creatures. And this ring light is just everywhere, all up in here. Is this distracting? I'm sorry. Maybe I'll do... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I mean, you're covering up the Happy New Year, but... Right? Right? I did not rehearse this at all. I scripted it. Seriously, I have the whole Bakeneko thing right here. Just, you know, I'm still a professional. Where was I? Oh yes, they can shapeshift as women. Now, I don't know what happens if a male cat gets old, they turn into a human woman. There weren't any tales about Bakeneko turning into dudes. Humans, you know, I've never heard of that. Usually it's the walk on hind legs, cast magic, speak human language, right? That kind of thing. And in some cases, the Bakeneko are benevolent creatures. They're friendly. In some cases, they're mean, right? The mean ones are sometimes considered Nekomata. And you'll see, if you Google Bakeneko or look at pictures, you'll see pictures of these cats with 2 tails. So after a cat becomes a certain age, around 13, they might branch a second tail. It's still a Bakeneko, but watch out, because it's a very particular type called a Nekomata, which is a demon cat, and you're probably gonna be killed by your own cat. Now, a lot of times, these spirits, these cats manifest the way that they are because they were mistreated. You know, go get the mice, go kill mice. We don't care about you, cat. Live outdoors. We don't care. We don't treat you like a pet. Yeah, there's a lot of tales about the Bakeneko coming back to avenge, you know, masters who have mistreated them. But then there's other tales about Bakeneko who avenge their masters, you know. Sometimes, you know, a powerful lord does something shitty to some farmer, and then the cat, you know, hears the wailing tears of the mother, and suddenly, like, whoop, you know, Bakeneko time, trots over to the lord's house, turns into a lady, goes in, oh, I need some shelter, whatever. Goes in, starts killing everybody, right? But where did this story even come from? Why did people start thinking that cats could turn into supernatural beings? Well, it's a funny story, actually. In Japan, around that time, they used lamps, oil lamps, and they used fish oil. And the cats like the taste of fish oil, right? So they'd get up on their hind legs and they'd lick the oil that's in the little lamps. And if you see it straight on, you might think the cat's eating out of the lamp again. But in the light, when the lamps are lit, it's dark. And the shadow stretches across the wall. This elongated feline form on its hind legs, paws out, licking at something, right? And your mind starts to wander and you start thinking, what the fuck just happened to Mittens? Unfortunately, some families decided that to preemptively avoid a Bakeneko massacre, they would, kill their cats before they got to a certain age, which is horrible, but these stories sometimes gripped people enough that they honestly believed it. So that's kind of the Bakeneko in a nutshell. 12-year-old cat, 13-year-old cat, do you have one? Check the number of tails they have. Make sure you treat your kitties well. A PS on this video, there's also a cat girl called a Neko Mimi. That's not what we're talking about today. I know they're very popular in anime, but typically speaking, a cat girl is just kind of a cat girl and not necessarily a Bakeneko. I didn't research it, but I see them in manga and anime, and I thought it was worth mentioning since we're talking about supernatural cats and whatever, but yeah, not Neko Mimi. If you like this video, please give it a like, and also please subscribe. I post every Thursday. It's almost New Year's Eve. Treat yourself to a party by subscribing to I didn't rehearse this, I'm so sorry. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.